Okay, so we'll start our first practical, and that is nothing but the study of biasing arrangement for MOSFET and determination of operating point. Still getting blurred? I think it's somewhat okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that respective value of VGS we have to find out so that this transistor it will going to work in the saturation region and at the middle of that load line. So whenever we will going to apply a particular value of that VGS, the obtained VDS that should be equals to half of VDD. So consider VDD we will going to use is of 10 volts. Note down it properly. VDD that is of 10 volts. And again note down let gate voltage that is VG equals to 2 volt. This is not VGS, this is VG. VG is nothing but what? It is the voltage obtained at the node which is formed by R1 and R2. Right. Now consider that R1 is of 10 mega ohm. Note down it. R1 is of 10 mega ohm and VG that is nothing but the potential obtained at the node formed by R1 and R2 and by voltage divider rule that VG equals to, we can say VR2 that is equals to VDD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. And this VG we consider it as a 2 volts. Therefore, we can write as well as R1 is considered as 10 mega. So 2 equals to VDD that is taken as 10 volts into R2 that we have to decide, we have to determine divided by 10 mega plus R2. Therefore, R2 equals to, find out, do the calculation, be fast. Value of R2 equals to, so that by that voltage divider rule, voltage across R2, that will be of 2 volts, or that should be of 2. Tell you orally, see, this is nothing but VG, that is voltage applied to the gate terminal, which is formed by R1 and R2 by voltage divider rule, right? That VG, we consider it as a 2 volts. Now, by voltage divider rule, that VG equals to what? VDD, that is applied voltage source into R2 divided by total resistance, R1 plus R2. Same thing I written here. Okay. So you have to find out the value of R2. R1 is considered as 10 mega ohm. VDD is taken as 10 volts. So find out the value of R2. Calculate it. Same thing I will write it over here. Vg equals to VR2 equals to VDD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. R1 is taken as 10 mega ohm. VDD is considered as a 10 volts. Vg that also we consider as a 2 volts. So 2 equals to 10 into R2 divided by 10 mega plus R2. Therefore, R2 equals to, now it is properly visible. Check it. How much is the value of R2? How much is the value of R2?
2.5.
A liter.
Mega ohm.
Mega ohm. So give that unit also. It is of 2.5 mega ohm, right? Now note down. Therefore, select R2 equals to. Therefore, select R2 equals to 2.7 mega ohm as a standard available resistor. As a standard available resistor. Noted? Is it okay? Shall I remove it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Select R2 equals to 2.7 mega ohm standard value resistor. This R1 we taken it as a 10 mega, and to have this VG as a 2 volts, we decided the value of this R2 as a 2.5, but we will go on to select actual one at 2.7 mega ohm. Correct? Now see, if, note down, if R2 equals to 2.7 mega, therefore actual VG available will be, because that R1 is fixed, that will not go on to change now. It is taken as 10 mega, VDD is also fixed, that is 10 volts. So this VG will be, it will be somewhat greater than 2 volts. Find out it. VG equals to, again, same calculation, VDD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2, that is equals to 10 volts into R2, that we want to use 2.7 mega divided by 10 plus 2.7 mega, that is 12.7 mega ohm. So the actual available value of VG will be calculated.
2.1.
Okay, good. It is of 2.1 volts. So remember this value. Therefore, VG equals to 2.1 volt. Correct? Next statement, note down. To operate the transistor as an amplifier, the Q point is to be selected. The Q point is to be selected at the center of load line. The Q point is to be selected at the center of DC load line. Right? Next line. Therefore, VDS will be how much? As per our that theory part, VDS will be equals to VDD by 2, and that is equals to 5 volts. Why 5 volts? Because this VDD we decided to take it as 10 volts. Are you getting it? To operate the transistor as an amplifier, it should get operated
Yes, sir.
at the center of load line, and that's why the obtained VDS, it should be half of VDD, right? This one. And that VDD is 10, and that's why its half will be 5 volts, right? Next, as per the standard rule, Vs, that is voltage at source terminal, that means over here, Vs should be equals to 1/10 of VDD. Accordingly, we have to select the value of that resistor Rs. Vs, it should be 1/10 of VDD. and therefore it will be how much?
1.
Yes, it will be of 1 volt. Note down it. We consider that Vs as 1 volt. Okay. Next line, note down. Let IDQ, that is, you can write it simply only ID also. Let ID equals to, that is, quiescent drain current equals to 2 milliamperes. Let quiescent drain current, that is IDQ, or you can write ID equals to 2 milliampere. Next line, add Vs equals to Is into Rs. As Vs equals to, that is voltage at source terminal, that will be equals to source current into source resistance, that is Is into Rs. Are you getting what is exactly mean by this Vs? See, whenever source current, that is Is, will be going to flow through this resistor Rs, there will be a voltage drop across that Rs like this, right? And how much will be the voltage drop? That is nothing but VRS, voltage across Rs, that is nothing but voltage at source terminal. Simply, it will be current flowing through that Rs into value of that Rs, right? And how much we consider it? Okay, or the same we can write, that is equals to ID into Rs. Are you agree with this? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So that Vs, which is equals to Is into Rs, that is nothing but we can write it as ID into Rs. Are you agree with this? Don't know. Can we say for MOSFET Is equals to ID? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Why?
Yes.
Because whenever we are considering that MOSFET like this, there are two input currents. Which are those? One is ID, another one is Ig, and one is outgoing current, and that is nothing but Is. Am I right? So as Ig is equals to 0 because of that SiO2 layer, what we can say by that KCL, ID equals to Is. So that's why I replace this Is by ID, right? Now we consider that ID as IDQ as a 2 milliampere source voltage, that is 1/10 of VDD, and therefore you can write Rs equals to, you can calculate the value of this Rs equals to Vs, that is nothing but 1 divided by ID is 2 milliamperes, that is 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. So how much is the value? Find out. How much it is? Be fast. It's very simple calculation. How much is the value of Rs?
500
500 what? Unit.
ohm.
Yes. The value of that Rs, it will be of 500 ohms. Correct? Right. Therefore, write down one statement here. Select. Therefore, select Rs equals to 470 ohm. 470 ohm as a standard available value resistor. Therefore, select Rs equals to 470 ohm as a standard available resistor over here. This is of 470 ohm. Huh? Okay. Is it okay up to over here? If you have any doubt, you can ask. Huh? Now see, if that RS is of 470 ohm, actually taken resistor instead of 500, will it going to affect the value of this Vs, which we consider it as 1 volt, or will remain same? What do you think? Vs is nothing but what? See, ID into Rs, right now. Therefore, next line. Therefore, Vs equals to ID into Rs, that is equals to, ID is considered as a 2 milliampere, 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 into Rs. Now we're going on to take it as 470 ohm, and therefore Vs will be 2 milli into 470. Find out it.
0.94.
Yes, the value of this source voltage, that is Vs, it will be of 0.94 volts. Right? Now, VGS. VGS is nothing but what? That is Vg minus Vs. Vg, we decided by selecting these two resistors, instead of 2 volts, it is of 2.1, correct? VGS, that is nothing but voltage measured at the gate terminal with respect to source, not with respect to ground, remember. Okay, voltage measured at the gate with respect to source between these two terminals. So it will be the potential difference between that two terminals, where that Vg, we determine it as 2.1 volt minus Vs is 0.94 volts. Therefore, VGS, which we can call it as a VGSQ, that will be equals to 2.1 minus 0.94. Do it.
1.16.
1.16.
Okay, it will be of 1.16 volts. Correct? Now see, if I apply this VGS equals to this curve, that is for VGS equals to 1.16 volts, what will going on to happen? That transistor will not going on to work either into cutoff region or into ohmic region. Where it will work? It will going on to work in the saturation, as well as in the saturation where? Towards ohmic or towards cutoff. It will going on to work at the center. That means we can obtain its output voltage of 5 volts. Whenever you will be able to connect DMM across this point, that is at drain with respect to source, then your DMM should read the value close to this 5 volts. Then and then we can say that transistor is operating at the center of load line. Is it clear? Now one more thing is remaining, and that is RD, value of this drain resistance. Write down, by applying KVL to the output, what that KVL says, as per the KVL, total applied voltage source equals to total drop in that loop, remember. So what is the source in this loop? That is VDD. So write down that KVL, VDD equals to, okay, I will write that KVL over here. By applying KVL to the output, we have VDD equals to voltage drop across drain resistance RD plus voltage drop across drain to source, that is transistor, plus voltage drop across RS. This is the KVL, right? What is VRD? Voltage drop across RD is nothing but what? ID into RD, correct? Plus voltage at the drain with respect to source. How much it is to be taken? As we know that transistor is operating at the center, that means voltage measured at the drain with respect to source will be of 5 volts plus VRS, that is voltage drop across RS. How much it is? We can write it as IS into RS. We already determined it, right? And this IS is nothing but ID. So you can write the same thing like this: ID into RD plus this 5 volt, that is VDS, plus ID into RS, right? Equals to ID is how much? 2 milliampere. 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 into RD, that we have to find out, plus 5 plus ID into RS is 0.94. Am I right? And this VDD is 10 volts. So you can find out the value of this RD. Therefore, RD equals to 10 minus 5.94 divided by 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. Therefore, value of RD. Calculate it. 10 minus 5.94 divided by 2 milli.
0.2.
0.2? No. It will not be 0.2.
29.7 into 10 raised to 3.
2030.
Yes.
230.
It is 2030 ohm. That means it is of 2.03 kilo ohms. Correct? Right now. That RD is of 2.03 K. And write down here again one more statement. Therefore, select RD equals to 1.8 kilo ohm as a standard available resistor. As a standard available value resistor. Okay. So this RD we have to take this one as 1.8 kilo ohm. This transistor is 2N7000. Are you getting it? What we done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, during this practical, you have to measure, first of all, ID, that is drain current, equals to, approximately it should be equals to our considered one, that is 2 milliampere. But it will not be exactly 2 milli. Why? Because we change the value of this RD from calculated one, 2.03 K to 1.8 K. Similarly, this 470 ohm to 500 ohm to 470. Correct? And that's why practically how much you will get, that you have to just note down. Here, you have to prepare one observation table. First one, note down the value of IDQ. How you will measure it? Just implement all these components in our simulation software. Open this terminal and connect one DMM current meter in series with that RD and drain. Current meter, it should be connected in series. Then and then it will be able to measure the current. Remember, while voltmeter, it should get connected in parallel. Okay. So just open this path and connect here one current meter in series of this RD and drain terminal of that transistor. Note down it, how much it is. Then second one, note down IS, third current, that is IG. IS means what? What you will do? Once you will measure this ID, remove that current meter and reconnect it, that RD to drain. Now open this terminal of RS and connect again that current meter in series with source terminal and that RS, so that it can measure the value of this second one, that is IS. Again, remove that current meter, reconnect that RS as it is. Again, open this path, connect here one current meter in series, so that it will be able to measure the value of IG, right? And once you will measure IG, again remove that current meter and reconnect it. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Practically, how much IG you are expecting? Practically, that ID, it will be of closer to 2 milliamperes. Right. IS will be second one. Just think on it, and later on we will go on to perform the practical. This IS, that should be again approximately equals to ID. Correct now? When this IG, practically whenever you will go on to measure it, you will observe that IG is 0. So really it is okay. Yes, because of that SiO2, we know that gate current always remains 0. And that's why practically again same thing you will go on to observe, that you have to verify. Okay. Then next parameter that you have to measure, that is VDS. How you will measure it? Just connect that voltmeter, again DMM, at the drain terminal with respect to source. That means voltmeter it should be in parallel, remember. So that it will go on to measure the value of this VDS. Approximately, again it should be half of this VDD or closer to 5 volts. Practically how much that you have to verify. Next one, note down VG, not VGS. How you will measure this VG? VG is nothing but what? Gate voltage. And by default, with respect to what? Ground. That's why only VG is mentioned. Okay, that means this one. So connect again that voltmeter at the gate with respect to ground, so that it will go on to measure VG. Okay. Then next one, note down VS, that is voltage across RS. This is nothing but VS, correct now? The DMM voltmeter, it should get connected at the source terminal, again by default with respect to ground, so that we can say it is the VS. The next, VGS. How you will measure that VGS? Now the voltmeter, it should get connected to the gate, again like this. Instead of ground, it should get connected to source, means positive terminal of that voltmeter to the gate and negative terminal to the source, so that it will be able to measure the potential difference between gate and source voltage. Gate voltage, only gate voltage is 2.1, only source voltage is 0.94 volts, so that VGS, it should be the potential difference of that 2.1 and 0.94. How much it is, that you have to find out. Is it okay now? So all these things you have to find out, you have to verify practically, and this is our first practical. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so the same thing I will just going on to show you. I will just show you all these things by using our simulation software. Okay, so just wait, I will switch to my screen sharing. I've done screen sharing. So is it visible? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you observe Proteus simulation software at your end?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just a minute. Huh? Okay, so is it there? Can you observe my screen, laptop screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first component, already I taught how to use the simulation software. So first component we're going to select, that is 2N7000. That is our MOSFET. So see this one. Whenever you will be going to write 2N7000 in this library, you will get this device. Okay. So just double click on it. That transistor will get selected. Now the register. I will just again write register so that that library will be available to me, and will take anyone, suppose 100K is taken, I will be able to change its properties later on. Okay, so first of all I will be able to place that MOSFET, and whenever I will scroll it, that MOSFET is as per my requirement, that is source terminal towards the ground side, gate terminal towards the left, that is acting as the input, and then I will be able to connect that RD and all that. Is it? Right. So select now the register, just rotate it as per our circuit diagram. I require it as somewhat vertical. With some distance I will keep it because I have to done that current measurement as well as voltage measurement. So 4 registers I will just simply going on to place like this, and will go on to connect as per the circuit diagram. Is it visible what I done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now from this terminal mode, I will select ground. We'll go on to connect it at the bottom like this, and again by wire we'll go on to join. Okay. Now, as per our calculation, this RD, how much we taken? We taken it as, or we determine it as 1.8K. So how I will write it? It should be in this protein. It should be of 1K8. That is the language of this protein. 1K8 stands for what? It is of 1.8 kilo ohms. Then RS, as per our calculation, it is of 470 ohm. So how I should write it? It should be 470 and R. R stands for ohm. Again, as per the library, right? Library language. Then this resistor, it is acting as what? R1. R1 is of, it is of 10 mega, correct now? So I will just write it as 10 M. So this resistor is of 10 mega ohm, and R2 is of, we selected as 2.7 mega. So how I should write it? 2M7, that is 2.7 mega ohm, right? Then we have to use one DC source, generator mode. That first one, see, by from this generator mode, I will be going to select the DC voltage. That is nothing but our VDD. I will be going to connect it like this, and we will going to change its property. By default, it is at 0 volts, but as per our consideration and design, it is to be taken as 10 volts. I will just remove this by default height property. You can write it as VDD also, and just say OK. So this VDD, its value is of 10 volts, right? So first of all, I will be going to check is it really working at the center of load line as per this design problem statement? So first of all, I will be going to measure the voltage at the drain like this with respect to the source. So this voltmeter now we will be going to measure the value of VDS. It should be approximately of 5 volts. So see how much it is. So is it okay? Whenever I will be going to run this circuit, see all these things we already implemented. Now what we have to do? Just play it, just run it and see. So how much is the value of VDS? It is 5.12 volts. How much VDD we are applying? VDD applied is of 10 volts. Correct now? This VDS, it will be going to vary from 0 to 10 by changing the value of this VG. And that VG we set by using voltage divider. That is R1 and R2. Correct? Again, just stop it. You can remove or you can keep it as it is, but to minimize the complexity, I will just going to remove that once I will measure that required value. Now the current meter, ammeter, DC ammeter. Okay. I will just place it like this, positive towards the upper side, and we'll be going to connect in series between that drain and source. Are you getting it? How I connected that current meter? It is connected in series. Then and then it will be going to measure the current. Remember. Now one more thing that you have to remember, by default this current meter range, it is given in amperes. But what we have to do? As we know that ID we taken just 2 milliamperes, so I will be going to change its properties, so from amperes to milliamp like this, and we'll say okay, right? And again run it. See how much is the value of ID. It is 2.15 ohms. Are you getting it? See, we got the value of this RS as 500 ohm as per our calculation. But as an available standard value resistor, we selected 470 only instead of 500. Right. Similarly, this resistor RD, it was how much? 2.0 something kilo ohms. But again, as a standard available, I taken it as 1.8K. So both resistors, whatever I taken, are of somewhat low value as compared to the calculated one. And for calculation purpose, we taken this ID as a 2 milliampere, but practically we are getting it as 2.15 because the selected resistors are of somewhat low value as compared to calculated one. Are you getting it? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible to all? Na? Is it visible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, I will remove this current meter. We will be going to connect that resistor as it is. Okay. Now, I have to check the value of this IG. Generally, we are saying that IG is 0. But practically, really it is 0 that we have to verify. So what I will do, I will just connect again this current meter in series with gate and that node which is formed by R1 and R2. Again, by default it is in ampere, so I will be want to change it to milliamp and we'll say okay, and again we'll run it. So see, how much is the value of IG? It is again 0, and it is as per our theoretical considerations or whatever the thing we studied theoretically, practically we are getting the same results, right? So once I will verify that IG is 0, just note it, and now the third current remaining, that is IS, again you can measure it by placing that current meter in series with that source and RS. Like this, change its properties to milliamp, say OK, and again run it. So see, how much is the value of IS? Is it same as that of ID? Are you getting it? See, at the same time, I will be able to measure that ID also, so that it will be somewhat clear to you. Now check it. Both currents are equal. ID equals to IS. Why ID is equals to IS? Because our input current, that is IG, is equals to 0. There are two input currents. One is IG, another one is ID, and one outgoing, that is IS. But as IG is equals to 0, as per that KCL, IG plus ID equals to IS. But as IG is 0, that's why IS equals to ID, we can say. Right? Again, reconnect all these things, whatever I open for the measurement of ID. Now we have to measure the remaining voltage levels. First of all, we will be going to measure VG, that is voltage applied to the gate, or voltage formed by that voltage divider. Right? How much it was? It was 2.1. Am I right? And practically we are getting again same 2.08. That is nothing but what? That VG is equals to 2.1 volts. Right? Similarly, measure the value of Vs. It should be closer to 0.9, 0.94 something as per our calculation. We'll check practically how much it is. See again, it is 0.97, right? And next one, that is VGS. That is nothing but voltage applied to the gate with respect to source. That VGS is of 1.11. See how much we got? That VGS, it was again something same, 1.1 something, right now. So practically also we are getting almost same value, that is 1.11 volts. This is VGS. And again one more voltmeter I will connect. Already we've seen it, but still I have to show it. That is voltage at the drain with respect to source, and it should be half of VDD. That's why we are getting it as 5.40. Are you getting it? So whatever considerations we taken for the designing purpose, the same value practically we achieved. Are you agreeing? Are you getting it? What I done?
Yes, sir.
Or you
Yes.
have any problem? You can ask. Huh? This is our first practical. So see how much simple, right now. You can connect all that, or you can keep all that meters as it is, and can check the readings. So that observation table, whatever I given on the blackboard, you have to just write all these values. VG is nothing but what? Voltage measured at the gate with respect to ground. VG only. Huh? That's why at the gate with respect to ground, it is 2.06. This is our practical value. That is observation. Again, practically VGS 1.11. Practically VDS, that is 5.40. And practically VS only, that is voltage at source with respect to ground, that is 0.95 volts. Right? Do you have any doubt or any problem regarding this first practical? I think no. Right now? So all you have to do this one by your own, those who have laptop or PC. Right? If you don't have, still if you don't have this software, that is Protis, it is available at my Google Classroom. So just download it and install in your PC laptop and do all these things and verify. Right? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, one more software is available. Those who don't have their own laptop or PC, but they can check it by using one of the our Android based software, and just wait, I will try to show it. Okay, you have to use this Proteus only, but just as a practice you can prefer, and that's why I am showing you. So see, can you observe it? See this one, Circuit Safari. This Circuit Safari, it is available at the Play Store. Just install it, and again you can do all these things as per our Proteus software. Today morning I already tried it, but some issues are there. I'm not getting exact readings. You try it. Okay. So see, at the top, all components are shown. This one is resistor, then capacitor, inductor, battery source, like this. Right? Then voltmeter, ammeter. So many transistors are also available, like NPN, BJT, PNP, diode, and this is of our use. This is N-channel E-MOSFET. Right? Whatever I selected, it is highlighted by yellow color. Once you will select it, and just you have to place at your screen and see. Just by scrolling, you can observe that transistor. Again, select the resistor like this, just place it, and there is one rotation knob. You can rotate it as per our requirement. And once you will place, just click outside so that instead of yellow it will become white. And the terminals which you have to connect, just select that two terminals, just click on the two terminals, automatically wire will get placed. So see, right? And you can change again the value of that resistor as per your requirement. Whenever you will just double click on it, by default it is of 10K. Whenever you will double click on that 10K, you will observe its properties, and that you can edit. So see, that software asks, enter the resistance. Instead of 100, you can write it as, instead of 10, you can write it as 100K also, and just say OK. Now, just click again outside. Now, instead of 10, that resistor will become 100K. Correct? Similarly, you can change the properties of this transistor also. N-channel E-MOSFET. Just double click on it. Whenever we will scroll down, you will observe VTO. That is the threshold voltage. It is given as 2 volt. As per our previous discussion, and one demo practical also we perform. In that we observe the value of threshold voltage of this transistor as per the data sheet. It lies between 0.8 to 3 volts. So you can change it if you want. So again, double click on it. Instead of 2, if you want the threshold level, I have to take either 1 volt, then just edit it and say OK. This Kp, it is another parameter of that transistor, and again it is given in the data sheet. So no need to change it. Only you can change the threshold level or threshold voltage of that transistor. And whatever measurements you have to perform, just select. Suppose, for example, voltage measurement you have to do, select that voltmeter and just click on the screen. Again, you can rotate it as you require. And if you want to measure the voltage at the drain with respect to suppose source, you have to connect that voltmeter like this, right? So by using this Circuit Safari software also, you can perform this practical or you can check the results. So is it okay now? So those who don't have a PC or laptop will go on to refer this Circuit Safari, while the remaining one will prefer Proteus only, right? So I think for today this much will be the sufficient one. So up to evening, try to run whatever I told. Just again overlook that design part, study it properly. If you have any problems, you can ask me, and run this practical by using simulation software, either by Proteus, and those who don't have can use that Circuit Safari and try to find out the results, right? So I think we should get stopped